buffering.
Alright, let's start the game.
My entire mind is always buffering, Mr. Pooh.
Let's go to new game. This time we're doing it with Tails. For a moment there, I thought the controller wasn't going to work. Ah, fuck
Did I
you.
just hear "yay" in the beginning of that?
Yeah, you did. Oh, let me just move the mouse out of the way. There we go.
Ooh.
In the original Sonic CD, Tails wasn't in it, it was just Sonic mostly.
I still need to play a lot of Sonic games.
I've got too many. I've got so many viewers living in the same country to me, I could easily lend you out some, and that's not me showing off there. Well, semi-showing off. Oh, fuck!
Doo-doo. Calming music.
That's the past music, that is. You've got about 2 different types of futures. You've got the good future, you've got the bad future. You've got a past, and you've got a present. And if you want to actually make a perfect future, you have to get all the time stones. Which means chasing down UFOs.
How do you make a bad feature?
By not saving the timeline. In fact, I could actually go in time and show you the bad future. It's a bit smelly and fucked up, but still.
Oh, but like, what are the criteria to have like a bad future then? Like, not collect anything in the stages, or?
Well, by basically not collecting anything in the stages, yeah.
Okay.
Like, not bothering to collect any emeralds, in other words. Or not doing the... I mean, that's a bad future.
Oh shit.
And it's a lot more harder in this. But if you want to create a good future when you have to do boss fights and such before you get the time stones, you have to hit those robo machines, basically. Oh, I know that was a short term show of the bad future. See, I did the Doctor Strange here. All the rest of them bad, and only one outcome.
How does one time travel with signs, though?
Hey?
How does one time travel by using signs?
The little planet itself is fuck. It's basically travels through space and time itself. Basically, it only appears above the planet, depending what story or what Sonic Verse appears above the planet Mobius, Land of the Skies, South Island, whatever you like to call it. Every year or every month, depending on the law and such. It depends on what you read and such. Because I remember in the Fleetway comics they said it was like, I believe it was like every month, and then I know that others said it was in like a year and such. So it all depends really. Let's see if I can find that. Good thing about Tails, you can fly. Ah! Oh wait, that's handy.
What's actually Robotnik's official goal, even? Because I know in some media he wants to turn the entire planet into Robotnik land. A lot of times he wants to industrialize it.
That's exactly what he wants to do with this one. He wants to turn it into one big massive metal structure. Where he can run it all and nobody can nobody can oppose him and all that stuff. Basically he just wants to have it all because he's a greedy. But if you want my opinion, I think he's meant to represent mankind's personal greed and ambition and goals and all that lot. Like, the bad side of them all. That's in my opinion, but some people say otherwise.
I mean, sometimes he still has a sort of good side, but...
Oh yeah, if you look in the Adventure series and that, you notice that he tends to... I think it was mostly noted in Sonic Adventures 2 where he actually starts teaming up and helping. And of course there was that part in Sonic X where he helped Sonic against the... what's the creature's name? Memoryxes or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah. I love the sprite that they did for this zone with Tails. I think it's pretty nicely done. Oh shit.
Oh, is this where this other stages from Sonic Mania were from?
Yep.
Ah.
I'm gonna treat it like a race course.
What's the goal on this one? Also catch the UFO? Or?
Smash them. But each UFO has, well, most of the UFOs have rings. The blue ones have speed ups. There's a blue with red inside of it. Is extra time when you get to 20 seconds that only appears. And you hear a little sign that it has appeared. As an example.
I just skipped half the stage.
That's a good thing about this stage. You can literally just do that. Oh, I'll catch you in a bit.
So you don't have to race around.
Exactamundo. Well, you know what?
Gauge wrong?
Not on this stage, no. You know what? It's the first time I actually done one of these bonus stages with Tails. You watch, I'll probably end up getting all the time stones with Tails than I did with Sonic.
You did pretty well, so.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And this is an example of one of the good futures in one of the levels. Every level has a different bad future, and every level has a different good future. It all depends, really. But the good thing when you get the time stones, once you've got them keys, and you can replay all the levels again, and you can even see all the good variants if you don't know what all the good futures look like. Now, here's a little cheeky way of dealing with this boss. It's simple, quick, and effective. 1, 2, 3.
Yay!
And that's what you call cheating.
that reminds me of like I played an RPG for the SNES. I forgot what was it called, but there was one boss fight and it was quite hard. But it was an Easter egg. It was like a machine. If you attacked it from the back, you would hit the self-destruct button. Like if you did like a fist attack or something.
Why does that sound familiar?
That was from what's the RPG called? Live a Live.
I have heard of that, but I
Or
just...
Live a Life. It's a really interesting RPG. It's essentially a bit weird. Yeah?
Was this on the PlayStation 1?
It wasn't the Super Nintendo. I'm not sure if it got released on the PlayStation.
I'm trying to think. I'm going to have to go down my collections because I've got a funny feeling I may have heard of that game.
But it was an RPG essentially about you play like 7 or 8 characters. All in like there's like 7 or 8 stories essentially, and each story you play as a one character in a certain time zone. So you know, one in the super future, one's essentially a 2001 Space Odyssey thing. The other is like in our time. One is in the prehistoric times. One is like in the ninja era, stuff like that. And in the final chapter, all those heroes from those time periods combine to fight a great evil.
Whenever I hear the term 2001 Space Odyssey, I just think of the Good Morning Dave sort of scenario.
I still need to watch that movie, but I just know that the entire chapter was a reference to that because essentially it plays in the spaceship where the AI goes nuts.
Yeah.
And you're playing as a tiny robot. It was actually one of the more annoying chapters because it's it's an RPG and there's barely any fights in that.
Well, it sounds like a game I definitely need to get it for that reference alone because I love it when they do things like that.
It's a really unique and interesting RPG. It's like not really well known. Like a friend of mine told me about it and I tried it and I was hooked. It was like it's really something else. It's a really interesting RPG. Although I would recommend for some things you might need a guide, but There's like one chapter which is essentially you kind of need to know where to start, else you won't get through it.
Oop, I got spiked. But go on.
Like there's like 8 different chapters, but one of them is also like a wrestling type thing. And every time you beat a fighter, you get one of their moves essentially, and you have to fight. Not the finale, you have to fight the evil guy who killed all the other fighters.
Do you know what?
But if you, but you like you can essentially select what fighter you want to fight first. But if you don't know which one you can do the best first, you're probably gonna lose. Stuff like that.
Do you know what? When you get the fighters move in that, it kind of reminds me of Sonic Battle as well. I'm not talking about the one, the Adventure 2 Battle. I'm talking about the one that was on the DS. It was just called Sonic Battle or something like that. Where you used to actually basically fight others, and there was a robot character called Emerald in it, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's actually in my opinion, it was quite a good game for its time, I'll definitely say. And it's one of those gems that's definitely worth trying out if you ever get your hands on it and such. But, yeah, it was actually pretty unique and such. So when you mentioned about that, I just suddenly got vibe, that kind of vibe from it.
It's definitely one of the more interesting games I've played, but I don't think that game ever got released outside of Japan, actually.
In that case, it's a possible chance that I probably might not have got it. Probably might have played a game similar to it, probably. Can I go? No, I can't. I thought I could cheat it. Fuck. So much fun.
I actually played another game that was never released out of Japan, and the fan translate... Like, you know the Phoenix Wright series?
Alright.
Yes.
One of the...
Objection!
Yes. One of the games, like, you essentially have 2 side games which involve... that you actually play as Edgeward instead of Phoenix. And the second game never got released officially outside of Japan. And some people took it upon them to make a fan translation. And that translation was so good, I completely forgot during playing it that this was a fan translation. It was so well done.
Wow.
And it's also really a shame because they never released the game officially outside of Japan, because they released the first game of those 2, but it didn't really do that well. It was also not as good as the second game, and then they released the second game, and holy shit, that game is good.
I just realised I can cheat this motherfucker.
Like, they even did the tiny voice clips for the prosecutors playing in that game. Like, the objection!
That's a good advantage about Tails. You can fly up there. Where Sonic, you have to literally act like a spinball and just literally go up there. Yes, I deliberately said spinball because of Sonic Spinball.
So is Eggman in every time zone, or is he just in the bad future?
He's in every time zone.
Ah.
He's everywhere. He's like Thanos. He's everywhere.
Ooh, what a mystery tune. I like that.
This one's one of my many favourite levels, next to the Stardust Speedway.
It kind of looks like Hydro City Zone got destroyed, like, fucking mad. Like, is this Hydro City Zone?
No, this is different, actually. This is not even Knuckles' place. In fact, this was created at the same time as Sonic 2, would you believe it? Because what happened was, there were 2 games being created. One was Sonic CD and one was Sonic 2. And what happened was, now, because the Mega CD was going to be out as well, they put this onto the Mega CD naturally, but originally one of these was meant to be like the next Sonic 2. They obviously chose the Sonic 2 naturally because of its... I'm not sure why they chose it, but they just naturally chose that one, where this one was chosen for the CD port. But, however, this one featured one of Sonic's greatest rivals, or double gangers, known as Metal Sonic. That's where he originated from. And there were meant to be, because originally Silver Sonic was meant to be like almost Sonic rival as well, but when Metal Sonic was made, or Hyper Metal Sonica was made, he was actually pretty much known to be perfect, and most of the fans just loved him. I mean, yes, there were some people that had a bit of beef with Sonic CD, but a lot of people did love it for its unique ways in that.
Why was he just pushing nothing?
One of the game mechanics of Sonic, they always have a... Oh look, he can swim. They always have that, oh shit, that expression. I better actually
I love
cast
the
away.
swimming animation.
Mm.
Kind of makes him look like a cat a bit, if he's swimming like that.
It does actually, yeah, but it's more like doggy powder more than anything else, but I can see what you mean where it comes across as looking like a cat. Excuse me. Oh, did you want to see the past?
Sure.
It's a little bit funky.
Is this how you travel to parallel universes?
Yep.
Following his feet for 12 hours.
Just remember, spoilers. Jay would get the reference. And of course, if you watched Dot 2, then you know already.
I didn't get spoilers. I was referencing some stupid Mario 64 meme.
No, you can't go there. I'll probably just find some...
So in the past there was a cave, but then they put more rocks in the background.
Don't forget the planet evolves as time goes on because, you know, population, people, all that stuff. Have I got myself lost again? Ha! Getting lost in a Sonic game. Now, that's comedy right there. Can I go through? What's here? Nothing. Nothing, tra-la-la. Okay, I guess I'm gonna need to go back.
It's kind of weird, like seeing these past things. It's like how much gaming has changed in like such a short time.
I know, it's crazy.
Like this was high tech like 20 years ago.
You
like,
should
Jesus.
have seen the original variant of it, how it looked like on the Mega CD. I'm not sure what you called it over there. And why is this wall not opening?
Still looks really impressive for its time.
I played it on the GameCube and it was just... I always liked it going from past to future and stuff.
This is
They
the
released it on the GameCube?
this is the HD edition. This one is so it's not the original Mega CD version. The Mega CD version was a lot more different. You would actually see the pixels and the compression, especially during the intro and such like that. And how the fuck do I get out of here?
No clue.
What?
Swimming like a cat.
Get out of the way, lobster fucker.
I love that swimming animation.
Okay, how the hell did I get myself lost? Okay, that's a flower dropping. Unless I need to go back to the future. Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. It's this way.
So does this sign only have effect for like a couple of seconds?
No, it lasts unless, of course, you decide to go really fast. At so many miles per hour.
Oh, so if you now go really fast, you time travel.
Yeah, it relies on speed mostly, so it takes advantage of Sonic's mechanics. Now, some people did say, when it came to that, the levels were not designed for you to constantly run and such that. But, however, at the same time, it did challenge you to find multiple ways of actually travelling through time and such. What the?
Okay.
I'm at the beginning.
Was there no checkpoints?
I thought I hit a checkpoint.
Future.
Yeah, that's the sound. I think it's cool though that they like have that in it. Like, might sound weird. Eagle was doing the future.
The future. It sounds so sad, like future, past.
No, it's like a mechanical voice. That basically.
Yeah.
Wow, Life knows exactly what she's talking about. She's younger than all of us.
What?
I said, you know what you're talking about, and you're younger than all of us when it comes to this game, because this game was long before your time as well. No, I'm just saying that in a jokeful way.
How old is this game actually?
It goes back to 92.
Oh, then I was 1 year old. Jesus.
I was 11 or 12.
I was nothing. Totally nothing.
I grew up with the Super Nintendo. Like I got born in the Super Nintendo, like right in the beginning of the Super Nintendo era.
Wait, you grew up with Nintendo, you traitor. No, I'm not joking.
And I think from the story, like I don't remember it myself. From what the story I heard, what happened was that my aunt had the Super Nintendo, and I had to go to the hospital to get my, what are those things called in English?
What?
Amandle.
Tonsils?
Yeah, tonsils. I had to get my tonsils removed when I was like a small kid. And I had to sit at home and eat lots of ice cream and stuff. And then my aunt was like, "Oh, you can, if you have to sit at home, you can borrow." Like, she brought her Super Nintendo. I could like, borrow it. And essentially, they ended up giving it to me, and my aunt just bought a new Super Nintendo for herself.
Do you know what's funny? That's what happened with my sister, because me and her used to share our consoles and such. And instead of uh-oh, I think I know something this one! What happened was, because we used to do lend each other's consoles, in the end I just ended up keeping a console because she said that I could have it.
Nice.
Seems to be my luck most of the times for my sisters.
I'm not sure my first game was though. I think it might have actually been Donkey Kong Country 1.
Star Fox on the Nintendo for me.
I do know that probably the first games I've played were Super Mario All Stars and Donkey Kong, and probably Super Mario World as well. You know, funny thing is, I've never really 100% in Super Mario World until I was like 15 or something.
Do you know what was funny? I was actually thinking 15 or 14 in my head. That's the most scariest thing.
Well, the thing is, as a kid you play, but like as a kid I never knew. I never knew because I couldn't read English. Well, I learned English at a really young age, but I never really bothered paying attention to certain things. But Super Mario World, you can see which almost every stage that has a secret exit is marked red instead of yellow.
Oh yeah.
Unless it's a ghost house, then you just have to guess. Because they can have a secret exit, but you don't. You can't know for sure because it doesn't really give an indication of that. Like, not all ghost houses have a secret exit.
The one thing I love about the Sonic games, they each had, like I said before in one of my videos, they each have a sort of like their own unique boss fights and such. No matter how ridiculously quirky that some of them are. But this one will make you laugh. It just gives you oxygen. I'm serious. Look at that. He's so
Oxygen man.
he's such a gentleman giving us oxygen.
Yay!
Oh, you have to have these
Why-
oxygen bubbles, but there's a but to this. You have to dodge our lasers.
Why does he give you oxygen then?
Well, basically, he's meant to be using the bubbles as a shield. Basically, one of these little quirky inventions. You know how the Mad Doctor's like for his craziness and such.
I mean, if he was smart, he would just turn off his vehicle and just run off and you just drown.
Oh, he turned the water to acid.
True.
I actually did a smart thing for once.
I do like how Sonic has like
Oops.
stages where you can. There's like usually 3 or 4 ways you can get through a certain part.
Yeah.
That also makes it confusing at the same time, though. At times.
But fun.
Yes.
Exactly. Oh, so not
I mean, you always know you have to go to the right, so.
that's true.